Well, gosh darn it, everybody. It looks like the US is finally cooked as a result of the tariffs. Now, let me explain exactly what's going on along with its implications. First things first, the US had tariffed all countries and its top trading partners, including the European Union, by an average of approximately 32% if you average everything together. Now, let me put this 32% tariff in perspective. You see all of these stats and confusing stuff? Let me zoom in. Shout out to Breaking Points for this. So you see the 1.3% that just goes down forever? That is the average tariff rate each country has against other countries, 1.3%. In 2022, the US tariff rate was 1.5%. That roughly 32% tariffs that we have now isn't even on the spectrum. Now let me explain the implications. There are simply some things that we are tariffing in other countries that we literally don't make ourselves. Usually when you have tariffs, it's to do one of two things. It's to protect domestic industries that are going to be eaten up by international competition, or it is to create new industries where government would subsidize new industries to be created in order to make sure that they are able to survive the tariffs, helping them survive because international competing companies have more expensive products. But when you have situations like Lesotho, which is a country in Africa, they sell us diamonds, which we don't have an industry to produce ourselves naturally. Guess what? If we tariff them, we can no longer buy diamonds because there's no other competitors, and now diamonds are really expensive. Because things are generally more expensive and we don't produce them ourselves, US companies had trillions of dollars in value just wiped out. This is what causes recessions, and it can also lead us into a Great Depression because these companies will start laying people off as well. And products that these countries make that we can't produce are going to get more expensive, and we have to buy them anyway because we don't produce them. Now, countries are so mad that some of them that historically have hated each other forever, like China, Japan, and South Korea, are quite literally uniting in order to create a joint response against US tariffs. Do you realize it's like creating world peace, but we're uniting the world against us? But guess what? The only way that any of this makes any sense is because it benefits wealthy multi-billionaire elites. Stocks fall, they get cheaper, billionaires buy it up, they get more share of the total amount of money made in the United States. Ultimately, what we can determine is this individual's actions are finally catching up to the average Americans who thought that they were not affected by his policies. Because he has consolidated his power by overthrowing things like the courts, and he's continuing to do so, who's going to resist him? That is the problem that we've been running into that we have been trying to bring awareness to. Please share this video. I don't know what else can be done in order to bring awareness.